Alright, hello. So, in today's video, we're taking a look at something different. As you're saying, we're not using Wisps, so we're gonna see something that just happened literally yesterday. So, I don't know if you guys know, but the ZARIMAN weapons, ZARIMAN incarnate weapons, have some passives that you get from upgrading them. And one of them is called Devouring Attrition or Persistent Attrition. It depends on what weapon you're using, but they have those names anyway. Um, Basically, this passive would give you a 50% chance to deal 2000% damage on non critical hits. This was super strong on its own, and it still is really strong. And then people found out quickly that Zada's Whisper makes this bonus double. It basically double dips on Zada's Whisper. So if you had Zada's Whisper active, besides the extra multi-shot you're getting, you're basically making this attack stack twice on it. And instead of 2000% damage, you were getting a 4000% damage. Well, this is not exactly how it worked, but it's more simplified so you understand how it worked. This got fixed yesterday on the latest hotfix. It is down there in the fixes part. I'm not gonna bring up the patch notes to just show you this, but a lot of people saw this happen and they're like, okay, the Zariman weapons are now dead. Well, not really. So the Fellarx didn't need the passive to begin with. It's strong enough on its own, and it will still do its job using Zada's Whisper. However, Phenmor and Laidum, they might change builds. Now, I saw Gumball do a video about Laidum. I'll add that in the description if you guys want to see, where he goes into detail and into a lot of showcases and tests to show you if the Laidum crit build is worth it now. And here I am with Volt, and we're gonna showcase the Phenmor crit build. So the Phenmor, I'll have two setups right now on it. So let's go directly to config B, and this is I'm gonna show the build after, but this is gonna be the Devouring Attrition. This is usually what you would run with Zada's Whisper on top, and you get this evolution that increases status chance and reduces crit chance, and then the Devouring Attrition evolution. Other two evos don't matter, it's just preference, but yeah. The Volt build will be this. It's kind of a mix of survival and, dealing damage. I usually use Volt only on camping for survival missions, so I forgo almost any kind of survivability. And generally just play for myself. On this, just Arcane Acceleration, Fire It, Aegis, Survivability, Strength, Duration, nothing else. And we have Subsumed Eclipse on his fourth ability because of the way that the other evolution works on this weapon, which we will get to. So, I'll got some heavy dudes here. The build, my button, the build is this. And it's basically focusing on a lot of status chance, a lot of damage, no crit whatsoever, obviously, because Devouring Attrition, and just trying to get the most out of the weapon. So, we're gonna proc our buffs here. The third ability of Bolt doubles the crit damage after you shoot through it, and also gives you electricity damage after modding. So we're gonna see electric procs sometimes when we're shooting through it. Generally, you see that on the first enemy, it kind of struggles until it hits those slash procs. Then you get Incarnon and it's okay. Once we stack Deadhead, then we get Pirate buff from Acceleration, and now it's pretty decent. So, right here is with all the buffs. It is very strong, obviously. That's without shield. I don't have energy, come on. Really? Oh yeah, I don't have the Kavat with me, so he doesn't give me a crit chance thing. But yes. Basically this. So, I'm gonna show it one more time. Now that it's stacked. So, pretty good, obviously. Especially with headshots, they take pretty much 1 to 2 shots, maybe. It's more like 4 to 5 shots, but it's still really, really strong. Especially since it has that punch through, it feels really nice to use as well, so Really, really good. Now, this is the Devouring Attrition buff. So let's change the evos. We're going to take crit chance status here, and we're going to activate this. So, enemies suffering fewer than 3 status effects will receive plus 100% critical damage. Now, important parts to note here. The plus 100% critical damage is just an additive 100% after the final multiplier. Now, you may ask, why would you even use this? Why is this good? This is literally 20 times damage. Well, first of all, Devouring Attrition is a bit inconsistent. And you have to agree with me here. It's just 50% chance, and it's on non-critical hits. The weapon still has a 10% crit chance that you can crit, and you will lose damage by critting. And then there are other factors that if you use Ardaza Kavat or Smida Kavat, or if you use a pet that gives you generally some kind of crit, you cannot use it anymore. And crit focus weapons have been buffed a lot since the new the bond modes. Tenacious Bond gives you a 1.2x final crit multiplier. This will give you another 2x final crit multiplier. You would wish that it would double your crit damage, but thankfully, Volt doubles your crit damage, and he doubles it after mods. What does that mean? Well, if we go to config A, and we see stats clearly, we're going to see that this has a 5.6 crit multiplier. Now, this is without the Kavat interfering. So this is a possibility of a 6.8 crit multiplier plus 2. So 8.8 crit multiplier. If we add Volt into the perspective, this goes up to 16.6 crit multiplier. So we're talking about some crazy crit outcome. And if you don't know how crits work, on headshots, the crit multipliers become way stronger, and it's dependent on the headshot damage of your weapon. Hello, primary deadhead. So primary deadhead increases the headshot multiplier, which multiplies this on headshots that is already being multiplied. And Volt doubles this. So the result is fascinating. I know I've already tried this, and I know what it's gonna and how it's gonna perform already, but so obviously first kill is gonna be way faster because serration versus aptitude, but even after, we're seeing some pretty crazy differences. Now, without shield, it seems like we're doing the same as before. With shield, everything is just one-shotted. Like, with shield, is just crazy. And this is without adding any kind of buff through Kavats or anything like that. If we added Daza Kavats to this is like super insane. So you see on a group that you're hitting headshots, it's just insane. Body shots still really strong. I argue stronger than the Devouring Attrition one. This was without Eclipse, and I don't know, you don't even really notice it. So let's add an Adarza, because, you know, we love crits. And we really love crits here. At least I do. So, crit buff. We see orange crits now. And that is a lot of damage. 300Ks very easily. That is, yeah. So the Volt interaction with this weapon now is crazy. It's just crazy. And I mean, this is not obviously the best primary weapon for him. Like, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you, it's not the best. And it never was, but if you're a Phenmor enjoyer, because this weapon feels super nice to use, and I am a Phenmor enjoyer, I will use this. It just feels super nice to use like that. Like, that is so satisfying. These are level 180 and just one-shot them. And the best part about it, because, you know, you may say the difference is not that big. If you look at this build has no Bane of Grenier mode. This build had the primed Bane of Grenier mode. Because I could fit it in. In here, I kinda cannot fit it in. But if I have a Riven mode that gives me, let's say, electric damage, I can do something with it. I could maybe drop Hammer Shot. I could do stuff with it to try and fit it in. And this could get even crazier. So, just food for thought. And to kind of demonstrate. We'll try to fit it in right now, but I don't think I can. I'll do this just to try and fit it in, but I don't think the result will be any better. We'll see. So, this is with Bane of Grenier. Well, I may have underestimated Bane of Grenier a bit, because yes sir, this is better. This in fact do be better. It's not a huge difference, but yeah, it's better. So we reduce our damage, like, you get my point. If you get a Riven mod from this, and you build this correctly, you add Bane and everything, this is just... That is very, very, very nice. So, yeah. Ideal build, what would you do? Well, Riven goes here, or here, either one will work. It gives you then either Toxin or Electricity. So Riven goes here, and Riven gives Electricity, crit damage, crit chance. But crit chance is, like, crit chance is okay. It's not mandatory to have crit chance, but it's okay. In my opinion, the best stats, if not crit chance, would be multi-shot. Because, obviously, more shot equals better. And then just keep the rest of the build the same. So, yeah. I will try to regain access to the mode here. Instead of going high voltage, because, you know, it's not really that much better with high voltage, but you could also try some shenanigans with Galvanized Scope, but I don't see where you would fit Galvanized Scope in this build, which is why we're not using it. Maybe if you don't want to use Prime Cryo rounds, but Prime Cryo rounds provide a lot of damage since it's a Prime mode, so I would still use this over Galvanized Scope. But maybe, if you want to just overdose into crits, and you have a Riven with crits, and you can hit red crits if you use this, then maybe this could be better. There is a lot of theory crafting when making builds, so try out stuff for yourself, and especially if you have a Riven mod, think of how you would use the Riven mod when you're re-rolling in order to know what to get. So, after doing this, we're gonna go on to an actual mission and try this. I'm not sure if my Vault will survive a lot. I don't play Vault, and I don't trust my build outside of, you know, outside of survival. Dude, there is another disruption fissure. Guys, it's 4:30 AM. Again, yes, I'm a vampire. I get it. It's fine. But what the hell? I work tomorrow, so I cannot play this Axis Disruption mission right now. Why are Americans getting better disruption fissures than us? Is it because these from Canada, or what? Like, we Europeans don't get these missions. Only thing I saw today was Circulus Fissure. And yes, Circulus Fissure is fine, but you crack relics every 5 minutes instead of every 2. So, I don't know, man. I'd prefer the extra relics, not gonna lie. Oops. It's fine. Just a misclick, don't matter. So, we don't have a primary, but I don't think it matters a lot. What the hell is this guy doing? I don't know, I'm not that big of a Vault enjoyer in general, but... it makes this weapon really, really strong, so... So, I'm gonna prime, obviously, we can't. But, I mean, do we need to? Realistically? Now, you may ask, what about level cap? Well, level cap, obviously, is something different. It doesn't work the same way. Level cap, Devouring Attrition will be better because you can prime enemies and benefit from it and all that good stuff. And a lot of people are gonna mention this, obviously, but listen. If you are who expected this to happen. I don't know, this build relies too much on Arcane Aegis to survive. That's why I'm saying it's not good outside of the survival mission. Regardless, I know a lot of people will say that about the build, about the Phenmor thing, that, you know, obviously, since there is that limitation of status effects, then Devouring Attrition will be better by the end. Which, yes, not bad. You could also use the headshot thing if you want to go level cap and still go crit build. Like, it will still do fine and will probably do better since crit scales with headshots. So, you know, now that Devouring Attrition is not just a do everything thing, you have options. And one of the options is this, the one that I'm showing here. And this will be the main option that I'm using because I'm not gonna be honest, I'm not gonna bring this gun to level cap. I'm not planning to bring it to level cap anytime soon. If I was planning to build it to level cap, or to bring it, my bad, to level cap, then the build would differ a bit with the... not the order of the mods necessarily, but how it's modded. So, I would obviously go with the headshot multiplier instead. And I would build for galvanized aptitude instead of serration and all of this. And just try it like that. But like this now, I am very satisfied with the results. This was without Eclipse even, so... Come on, Aegis, where are you? Anyways, so yeah, the ZARIMAN weapons after the nerf will still be fine. We just need to find what works for everyone. That's all. For me, this is what works. And as you can see, I can really make it work. However, my playstyle is this. When playing Vault, it's just this. You just go survival mission, you camp in a corner, and you do your thing. But yeah, I think I will probably use the Phenmor more a bit now. Because I have options on how to use it and I can get variety in my builds, which is really nice. What is not nice is the Vault build that I'm having. That is horrible. Like, thank God for Operator last cast, because that is horrible. Why is my Arcane Aegis not broken whatsoever? Oh. Guys, I'm going the wrong way. My bad. I swear it's like bugged. Where is it? Wait, I'm gonna try it. Yo, can you proc Arcane Aegis for me? Oh, Acolyte. Arcane Aegis? No? Okay, cool. No Arcane Aegis? Is it not in the build? Hey, I mean, not bad. I don't see Molt augmented anywhere, so... What the hell? Where the hell is my Arcane Aegis? Where is my survivability? Like, this was like... I was losing the purpose of the whole build. And I think I have maxed out Arcane Aegis as well. Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's better if I use Prime Redirection, but I don't have it. Regardless, I don't play Vault. I don't know how to build this guy. He's like on the bottom of my usage rates pretty much on Warframes, but hey, I know how to deal damage with him. That is what I know about Vault. And that's probably what you need to know about Vault as well, if you're a Vault player and you know how to survive with him. you could find use in this video and in this build. And as I said, if you want to go level cap, you do this, then you do this, then you do this, and that's it. Now you can level cap. Crazy. And you can also replace this with nourish to get viral damage now, because you're not limited by 3 status effects at the same time. So yeah, quite a bit of choices to be had, in my opinion, and also very, very good synergies with the gun. Like, how many kind of builds you can do now with this? It's crazy. You can get a crit build, you can get a Devouring Attrition build, you can get a headshot build that does level cap, you can build it for Zara still, you can do so many stuff with it. And it's just, this is why I kind of liked the change that happened, because before, was there really any point to just not going Devouring Attrition and Zara's Whisper? Because 4000% damage would not be matched by anything. Every shot that Devouring Attrition would proc would deal like 2.2 million damage, and that was after armor, which makes sense because Void deals true damage. It's so dumb. It's legit. I don't know. I'm glad it's nerfed, but at the same time, I mean, it's still gonna be good. However, I will argue that these builds, especially this one that is probably level cap viable, would be way better. This with the headshot multiplier. Because imagine 50% plus 30% headshot multiplier on crit build, that is a lot of critical damage. That is, you could easily reach at 70 times critical damage when you're using this with Volt in a Riven mod. So yeah. Plus, obviously, you can prime enemies. So I think that would be the new level cap build. But for now, my choice is gonna be this. And then it's gonna be this. Simply because I play a bit more casual, and simply because I like just playing this weapon with just a normal mission to have fun, and I don't take it to high level. Maybe you take it to high level. If you take it to high level, go with the other build, in my opinion, and try out stuff. Now that the weapons are nerfed, I think the Phenmor and the Latum are gonna be way different the way they can be built, and they will get a lot more build variety, especially the Phenmor, in my opinion. The Latum, it seemed to me like crit was just super good now compared to persistent attrition. We'll see. We'll wait for more people to figure out stuff and try out stuff. For now, this is what I have for you. So, once again, I thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.